Have you ever wondered that the peaceful nights we sleep through today were once strange, unsettling, and sometimes dangerous routines? Crescent Moon, imagine waking up in the middle of the night, sharing a bed with complete strangers, or curling up on a straw mattress full of insects and the occasional mouse. Those who skipped their prayers faced the very real fear of death during the night. And dreams? Not just random thoughts, they could be divine messages or demonic whispers taken very seriously. Tonight, we take you into a world where sleep was not comfort, but survival, devotion, and fear combined. If you want to see how medieval people slept in two-part cycles, huddled with animals for warmth, and battled spiritual dangers in the dead of night, then subscribe now and hit the bell so you never miss a journey back into this strange, haunting world. Now, let's begin our story. Relax now. Let your body sink into comfort. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath. Let your shoulders grow heavy, your hands soften, and your thoughts slow down. Around you, imagine a quiet room, warm and safe, with the faint crackle of a fire in the hearth and the soft sigh of night air drifting through a window. You are safe and you are here, ready to drift into rest. Close your eyes, and as you breathe slowly in and out, imagine the world changing around you. The hum of the modern world fades. No glowing screens, no clocks ticking on the wall, no electric lights humming overhead. The air grows cooler, stiller, touched only by the faint rustle of leaves outside. You have stepped back into another time, a time before electricity, before alarms and schedules, before the idea that 8 straight hours was the only way to sleep. Our story today begins in the medieval world, a world where sleep was not the private, quiet escape we imagine today, but a shared, layered, deeply human ritual. In the villages and towns of the Middle Ages, night was never a single stretch of slumber. Instead, it came in 2 parts. The first sleep began shortly after sunset. Imagine the sky darkening, the last streaks of orange fading beyond thatched rooftops. Families gathered around the hearth, eating what simple supper they had. Then slowly, as the fire burned lower, settling down on their straw mattresses. For hours passed, and then they woke, not startled, not restless, not plagued by insomnia, simply awake, as though it were the most natural thing in the world. The house was quiet but not silent. The soft shuffle of someone tending the fire, the low creak of wooden beams adjusting in the night, perhaps the bleat of a goat outside. During this watchful hour, people prayed softly, whispered to one another, tended to their animals, or sat quietly with their thoughts. Some found intimacy here, in the calm between 2 sleeps, when the mind was clear and the body at ease. And then, after an hour or 2, they returned to bed. The second sleep carried them through until morning light. Take a breath here. Let the rhythm of that pattern soothe you. Sleep, waking, prayer, and then sleep again. The cycle of night moving slowly, patiently, without hurry. Now imagine the bed itself. Not the soft memory foam of today, not the cloud-like mattresses advertised to us, but something simpler, humbler. For most, a bed was nothing more than a sack of straw, a pallet laid on the floor. The straw smelled faintly of earth, of harvest, sometimes damp, sometimes scratchy against the skin. It rustled softly when you moved. In the corner of a cottage, the family gathered close together. Children curled against parents, grandparents resting nearby, sometimes even a visiting cousin squeezed in. Privacy was not expected. Warmth, however, was treasured, and so bodies pressed close together, breathing in the shared air of the night. If you were lucky enough to own a wooden frame, the bed rose a little from the floor, away from the chill and the scurry of insects. Wealthier households had feather-stuffed mattresses, sheets embroidered with care, great canopies to keep drafts away. These beds were so valuable, they were written into wills, passed down from generation to generation. For the poor, the bed was simple. For the rich, it was a prized possession. But for everyone, it was a place of rest, of survival, of gathering close against the cold. Feel now the texture beneath you, your own bed soft and supportive. Let yourself imagine the straw mattress of the past, rough but grounding. Then return to the comfort of what you have now, sinking deeper into ease. As the cold crept in, people wrapped themselves tightly. Nightcaps, wool or linen, long and pointed, covered heads and ears. They looked a little comical, like something a wizard might wear, but they were practical. Heat escaped quickly from the scalp, and a nightcap kept the warmth in. Women sometimes wore caps as a sign of modesty, even in sleep. Some were embroidered, dyed, decorated to show the family's wealth. But most were plain, simple scraps of cloth repurposed for comfort. Picture it. A room dimly lit by embers, everyone wrapped in layers, heads covered, the air cool but survivable. Sleep came not with perfect silence, but with the familiar sounds of family breathing, of animals shifting nearby, of the wind outside brushing against wooden shutters. And what of those who traveled? Imagine yourself a pilgrim on the road, weary after a long day's journey. You arrive at an inn grateful for shelter, but instead of a private room, you find a crowded hall, beds lined up side by side, strangers snoring, coughing, turning in their sleep. Privacy is nowhere to be found. You take your place in one of the beds, perhaps between a merchant and a blacksmith, or a farmer and his apprentice. You hold your bundle close, perhaps tying your purse to your belt as you drift off, hoping to wake with it still there. It is noisy, a little chaotic, yet still warmer and safer than sleeping outside with wolves or bandits on the road. And so you surrender to the night, to the communal rhythm of strangers sharing the same rest. For many, going to bed was more than closing one's eyes. It was preparing for the possibility of death. Life was fragile. Illness, fire, accident, or even a restless spirit could claim a life in the dark hours. And so prayers were whispered before sleep, confessions made, forgiveness sought. "Lord, if I should die before I wake," whispered children, their voices small and serious. Adults murmured psalms, recited chants, invoked saints to watch over them. In monasteries, the rhythm was stricter. Monks and nuns ended their day with compline, the final prayer, then kept silence as they lay down on hard beds. And at midnight, the bell rang for matins. In the darkness, they rose again, moving quietly through cold corridors to chant prayers by candlelight, voices rising and echoing against stone walls. Sleep was not only physical rest, it was a spiritual exercise, a rehearsal for the eternal. And now, as you listen, imagine yourself there. The fire burns low. The night stretches on, vast and timeless. Around you, the medieval world breathes. You feel the weight of straw beneath you, the warmth of wool over you, the presence of others near you. And yet, you are safe, carried gently towards sleep, just as countless souls before you surrendered to the night. Take another deep breath in and out. Feel yourself growing heavier, calmer, more settled. Imagine the night deepening around you, a moonlit hush falling over the world. You are safe, your body supported, your mind unhurried. Now let us wander deeper into the medieval night. As you lie there, wrapped in the quiet of the night, think of the medieval mind and how it approached dreams. To dream was not a small thing. It was never dismissed as mere nonsense or the brain sorting through memories. No, dreams were considered messages, delicate letters carried from beyond. Some were thought to be from God, visions that guided, instructed, or comforted. Others came from saints or guardian angels, gentle hints about the state of the soul. But there was danger, too. Dreams could be tricks of the devil, shadows meant to tempt or to frighten. Imagine a monk, lying on his hard wooden bed, hands folded across his chest. He dreams of fire, and upon waking, he whispers to himself, hellfire, temptation, a warning. Another dreams of water, and he interprets it as cleansing or perhaps drowning. Picture now the great halls of learning, where scholars compiled books of dream interpretations. Page after page, catalogs of symbols. A ladder, a tree, a bird in flight, each with a meaning, a message, a mystery to unravel. In peasant homes, dreams were rarely written down, but they were remembered. A dream of bread could mean hunger or gluttony. A dream of a lost child might bring fear of illness or loss. And so, even in the quiet of night, the mind carried weight, carrying stories from the soul. And as you imagine this, let your own mind soften. If dreams come tonight, let them pass gently, like clouds moving slowly across the night sky. Now imagine yourself in a simple stone cottage, the floor packed earth, the roof thatched, the hearth glowing faintly in the corner. Around you, not only your family sleeps, but your animals too. Chickens tucked in the rafters, a pig snuffling softly in the corner, its body radiating warmth into the chill night air, a dog curled at your feet, paws twitching as it dreams. Perhaps even a cow nearby, heavy breath fogging in the darkness. This was no eccentricity. It was survival. Animals gave heat, comfort, protection. A body beside you meant less chance of freezing in the long winter nights. The air is not sterile, not perfumed. It carries the earthy smell of straw, of fur, of smoke from the fire, of soil clinging to boots by the door. Yet it is familiar, grounding, a cocoon of life around you. You shift slightly, careful not to disturb the chicken, careful not to roll into the pig. And in this strange companionship, you drift to sleep, safe in the warmth of beasts and family alike. Tonight, as you rest, imagine that warmth surrounding you. An invisible herd, protecting, comforting, breathing softly with you. But let us step now into another kind of night. Not a cottage, but a monastery. You are a monk, devoted to a life of prayer and silence. The dormitory is vast, stone walls rising high, the air cool and echoing. Beds line the hall in neat rows, wooden planks, perhaps a little straw, perhaps nothing more than a thin mattress. You do not undress, for you must be ready at all times. You sleep in your robe, your sandals near at hand. The silence is deep, not one voice breaks it. Even a cough is muffled, even a sigh is hidden. Yet the sound of breathing fills the hall, dozens of men lying in stillness together, like waves on a quiet shore. No pillow cradles your head, no curtain shields your eyes. The discipline is harsh, but it is chosen. This sleep is not for pleasure, it is for necessity, a rest given so that prayer may be stronger, labor may be done, devotion may be complete. In the middle of the night, the bell rings, soft at first, then insistent. Matins, the hour of midnight prayer. You rise with the others, feet touching the cold stone floor, robes swishing softly. Together, you move in silence to the chapel, where candles flicker and shadows stretch high along the walls. Voices rise, chanting psalms, words echoing in Latin through vaulted ceilings. Some monks struggle to keep their eyes open. Some sway on their feet, exhausted. Yet still, the prayers flow long and measured, until at last silence returns, and you make your way back to bed. Sleep comes again, a second sleep shorter, but deepened by devotion. Let yourself feel that rhythm, the discipline of rising, the surrender of lying down, the balance of wakefulness and rest. And now, consider this, in the medieval world, to sleep alone was unusual, suspicious, even Warmth was precious. Safety was found in numbers. Families shared beds out of necessity, but also out of custom. Children nestled against parents. Siblings huddled close. Grandparents stretched nearby. Even guests were welcomed into the heap. To sleep alone was rare, perhaps a sign of wealth, of pride, or of strangeness. Why would you choose solitude when the night was cold and danger always lingered just beyond the door? Wolves prowling, thieves lurking, spirits watching. And so people gathered close. Shared warmth, shared breath, shared dreams. The night was not private. It was communal, layered with the presence of others. Even nobles, with their great feather beds, often shared with attendants or family. Truly alone was a rarity. Truly alone was suspect. And so, as you listen now, feel yourself part of that old tradition, resting not in isolation, but in connection. Even if only in memory, only in imagination, you share the night with countless generations who have breathed, prayed, dreamed, and slept before you. Breathe deeply. Inhale the quiet. Exhale the day. You are safe. You are warm. You are part of something ancient and enduring. Let your body sink deeper into rest, like straw settling beneath the weight of the night. Let your thoughts drift as softly as candle smoke. You are here, you are cared for, and sleep is waiting to gather you in. Settle a little deeper now. Let your head grow heavy against the pillow, your arms resting softly, your breath long and slow. Feel the air around you, still, quiet, safe. With every exhale, you release more tension. With every inhale, you draw in calm. Now let us drift even further into the medieval night. For many in the medieval world, bedtime was a sacred act. It was never rushed, never careless. Life was uncertain, death always close. And so before laying down, people turned their minds toward the eternal. Picture a family gathered around the hearth. A mother smoothing down the straw of the bed, children kneeling with hands clasped. A father murmuring prayers, his voice steady but quiet. Each word a shield against the darkness. Each whispered plea a hope for safety until dawn. The children repeat after him, voices small and soft, lips forming words they do not fully understand, yet feel deeply. Forgiveness, mercy, protection. Then, as embers glow and shadows dance, they crawl into bed together, breath still warm with prayer. Monks ended their day in the chapel, voices rising in Compline, the night prayer. The chant lingers in the ears long after the candles are blown out, still echoing in the stone halls as they return to their dormitories. For nobles, ritual was no less important. A chamberlain might draw heavy curtains around the bed, shutting out drafts, while the master whispered a final devotion. Sometimes a priest was summoned, offering blessings over sleep. The room scented faintly with incense. And then silence. The prayers linger in the heart, like the last glow of fire in the hearth. You too, here and now, may carry that rhythm. As you prepare for your own rest, imagine your breath as prayer. Each inhale a quiet thanksgiving. Each exhale a gentle release. Night was not simply absence of light. To the medieval mind, it was a realm of mystery, heavy with meaning. Darkness held both danger and possibility. It was when spirits walked, when demons whispered, when witches brewed their spells. But it was also when angels visited, when visions unfolded, when God's voice was most clearly heard in silence. Night was liminal, a space between the safety of day and the uncertainty of eternity. Think of the flicker of a candle against a wall, the flame small and fragile, yet enough to hold back the great expanse of blackness. That candle was more than light. It was hope, it was faith, it was the soul itself, shining however faintly against the unknown. When people lay down to sleep, they did so knowing that night was not just rest. It was a passage, a small rehearsal for death, and a prayer for resurrection with the coming of dawn. And yet, within that weight, there was also peace. For if the night belonged to mystery, it also belonged to dreams. And in dreams, people found comfort, guidance, and even joy. As you rest now, let yourself lean into that symbolism. Let the night become not something to fear, but something vast, protective, a great cloak drawing gently around you. Listen, if you will, to the medieval night. There are no cars on the roads, no buzzing electronics, no airplanes overhead. Instead, you hear the slow chorus of nature and home, the wind moving gently through the trees, the soft hoot of an owl in the distance, the occasional bark of a dog, alert but not alarmed. Inside, the fire crackles softly, breaking now and then with a pop as a log shifts. Straw rustles as someone turns in their sleep. A child murmurs, caught in a dream. Somewhere, a goat shuffles, its hoofs tapping softly against the floor. The air is cool, touched with the faint scent of wood smoke and earth. Perhaps there is a sweetness of herbs hung to dry near the hearth, lavender or rosemary carrying calm into the room. And all of it, the fire, the breathing, the rustle of animals, the sigh of wind, becomes a lullaby, steady and grounding. Breathe it in. Imagine those sounds now wrapping around you, steady as a heartbeat, soft as a cradle song. Step with me outside, just for a moment, into the night air of the Middle Ages. The moon hangs bright above, silvery and full. Without the glow of electricity, it is dazzling, casting shadows as sharp as day. You stand in the quiet of the village, cottages huddled together, roofs glimmering faintly under the moonlight. The stars above are countless, scattered across the sky in a brilliance we rarely see today. Their patterns are familiar to the medieval eye, signs of the seasons, whispers of fate, hints of divine order written in the heavens. The air is crisp, carrying the distant scent of tilled soil and burning wood. Somewhere a dog barks, and then all is still again. You look back at the cottage, its small windows glowing faintly from the hearth inside. Warmth and safety call you back in. But for a moment, you let yourself linger in the moonlight, feeling its quiet touch on your skin. Then you step back indoors, close the wooden door behind you, and return to your place among the sleepers. Now let us return once more to the bed. Feel the straw beneath you, shifting softly. Feel the weight of a wool blanket across your body. Hear the hush of breathing around you. It is night, endless and ancient. The same night that covered kings and peasants, monks and pilgrims, mothers and children. The same night that cradled all those who came before, and now cradles you. You are part of that unbroken line of sleepers. You are safe in their company. You are warm in their presence. Breathe deeply. Let your body sink heavier. Let your eyes grow heavier. You are not alone. You are not hurried. You are simply here, resting in the vast rhythm of night. And now, as you drift, know this, you do not need to force sleep. Just as in the medieval world, sleep comes in its own time, in its own rhythm. It may come in two parts, in one, in dreams or in stillness. However it comes, it is enough. The night is long, the body is wise, and rest will carry you where you need to go. Take one more long, slow breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Your body knows what to do. Your mind can rest. You are here, safe, warm, drifting. Let us gently close the circle of the medieval night together. In the medieval rhythm, sleep came in two chapters. The first, deep and heavy, carried people into darkness soon after sunset. Then came the waking, an hour or two in the middle of night. Imagine yourself now in that waking. The fire is still glowing faintly. The room is hushed, but not silent. You stir, sitting up quietly so as not to wake the others. Perhaps you whisper a prayer, thanking God for the day past, asking blessings for the day ahead. Perhaps you take a small candle, shielding its flame with your hand, and step outside into the crisp air. The village is utterly still. Only the stars above, endless and glittering, and the cold bite of night on your skin. You listen to your own breath, the crunch of earth beneath your feet. After a while, you return indoors, placing another log gently on the fire. You tuck yourself back under the woolen blanket, nestle against the warmth of family, and let the second sleep pull you down. This second sleep is sweeter, softer. Dreams come more easily. The body surrenders more fully. And as dawn approaches, you rise rested, ready to greet the day. So too, tonight, allow yourself to rest in stages. If you wake, it is not failure. It is not wrong. It is part of an ancient rhythm, one that carried countless souls before you. Simply close your eyes again and trust that sleep will return, like a tide, like a friend. The gentle press of the blanket, heavy but not stifling. The slow, steady warmth of the hearth fire nearby. The quiet hush of others breathing. Feel the way the straw shifts beneath you, molding to your body. Each piece cradling you, supporting you, holding you gently. Imagine the faint smell of lavender tucked into the bedding, a small herb used to calm and soothe. Imagine the flicker of a candle stub near the bed, its glow soft and golden, its flame steady. Every detail is simple, every detail is enough. You are cared for, you are safe. Before drifting deeper, think of the little rituals of warmth. A woolen nightcap, pulled snug over the head, holding in comfort. A long tunic or robe, simple and loose, keeping the body warm against the cool night air. Even the nobles, with their feather mattresses and silken sheets, wore caps to bed. It was more than fashion. It was necessity, a way of keeping the night from creeping in. And with that warmth, dreams unfolded. Some bright, some dark, some sacred, some strange, but all part of the tapestry of night, woven together with silence and time. Let your own dreams tonight be kind. Let them come softly, like petals falling, like waves lapping on the shore. The fire is nearly out now. Only embers glow, pulsing softly in the darkness. Listen to them, crackling faintly, sighing as they fade. This is the sound of home. This is the sound of safety. The fire has warmed you, guarded you, carried you through the night. Now it too rests, curling into its own quiet slumber. You are no different. Your body has worked, has carried you through the day, and now it too deserves rest. Let your muscles soften. Let your jaw unclench. Let your shoulders sink. The hearth is dim. The night is deep, and sleep is close. Imagine now the night itself as a cloak, vast and velvet, stretching from horizon to horizon. It wraps around the earth and it wraps around you. It is soft. It is protective. It is endless, and yet it holds you tenderly. Beneath this cloak, peasants and kings alike close their eyes. Beneath this cloak, monks in stone halls and children in thatched cottages find the same stillness. Beneath this cloak you rest too, part of a story as old as time. No need to hurry, no need to think. Just rest, just breathe, just be. You are safe, you are warm, you are sheltered, you are cared for. The night is long, the night is kind, the night will hold you, the night will heal you. Sleep is here, sleep is near, sleep is coming, sleep is yours. And so our story draws to its close. We have walked through cottages and monasteries, through noble chambers and moonlit fields. We have listened to fires crackle, to animals breathe, to monks chant in the midnight hour. We have remembered how the medieval world slept, together, in rhythm with faith and with dreams. And now you too are part of that rhythm. Another sleeper, another dreamer, another soul resting beneath the great cloak of night. So breathe, rest, surrender. Let the night carry you. Let sleep gather you in its arms. Let your dreams drift softly, guiding you deeper until you are gone, until you are free, until you are completely, peacefully asleep.